Hey, my beautiful people. I hope you are having an amazing morning. I am sitting here in front of my crazy moving stuff. All my pictures are coming off walls. Things are getting put in boxes. It is going to be a month of moving, a full month of just moving. There's so many different pieces. We have offices moving, houses moving, just like all this stuff going on. So that's why I'm not sitting in my cozy little corner with my peacock leaf and all my super zen stuff, because all my super zen stuff is put in boxes and all my cool little artwork is taken off the wall. So you guys will get to experience this whole moving process with me over the next month. Joy, joy. I know you're excited. I know you're excited. But that is not the topic for today. That's not the topic. So I am in a little while headed off to go do Auntie Addison duty, which I'm excited about because, like I said, I'm moving, lots going on, and it will be good to just get some just fun playtime with my favorite 4-year-old, and just kind of do some stuff outside of that and work and all that. So I'm excited. So that is why I'm on here a little bit earlier than I usually pop on here. But last night, it wasn't really last night, it was more yesterday afternoon, I wrote an article about worshiping your man. And I've gotten a couple of messages back from women, and they're like, Addison, you don't understand. My man's like this, my man's like that. And I wanted to just jump on here and really just share my thoughts in a different way, because I know some of you do not read my long drawn out articles. You get like halfway through and they're like too many words. So I wanted to get on here and really share kind of something that's been bothering me for a while. Yesterday I was having a coaching session with a beautiful man. He's a soulful man. He's really attentive. Of course, like, we're always working on ourselves, and I have all these truly gorgeous men in my practice right now that want to be there for their woman. They want that deeper sexing. They really, truly desire to be conscious men. They want to be conscious men, and yet they're really struggling. And this particular man came in and he was like, I just keep pulling in these women, and they don't even want to, they don't want to really touch me. They kind of think that I can just get off. And this man actually brought to me what several other men had brought to me over the last week, of whether it be girlfriends, wives, it didn't matter. All these women really just wanting their man to get off and get off quick, and not wanting to be part of the experience. And that made me incredibly sad. It makes me incredibly, incredibly sad, not just for the men, but also for the women. Because when we as women are not really into it, when we are not really jumping into the passion and the play and this excitement and the seduction, yes, the seduction, ladies, of our men in the bedroom, then we truly miss a depth of sexing within ourselves. But I think we have this societal belief that permeates, and I hear it all the time, men can get off easy. They're like a light switch. You just flip them on and flip them off. And though that can be true, yes, men's arousal can come up a lot quicker and a lot easier than some women I know. There are men that struggle, of course. But yes, sometimes male arousal is easier to play with. But that doesn't mean that that's the depth of their sexing. We get this, I think porn does not help with this. I think this very masturbation-focused society, and I'm going to say masturbation-focused society because I think both women and men right now have really gotten into the habit of just like, let's take care of ourselves. And we miss that connection. We truly miss that beautiful connection with a partner. And in that beautiful connection with a partner, we miss our own depth of sexing. We miss soul sexing. We truly do. We miss that gourmet level of soul sexing with our partner. But I think, again, like, we have this societal belief that men get off easy, that they don't need anything else other than that quick get off, which is not true. We all need to be touched. We all need to be desired. We all want to be a little bit worshipped. And I use the term worship, and every time I use the term worship, I get people emailing me and messaging me and having crazy fits. My belief system is God is within me, God is within you. That is why I use the term namaste so much, because I truly believe that there is a God-like spirit in all of us. And that's not saying that you need to put pray to somebody as your deity if you're in a relationship with them, but you can worship them and you can love on their bodies like you see that God within them. Like you are going to connect with that spirit within them. That is beautiful. And I think a lot of times we talk about how women are goddesses and you should worship your woman. And I can definitely get on my soapbox about that. I most definitely can jump on that soapbox and be like, no, man, you need to take care of your woman. And you're not giving her enough time. You're not opening her heart. All of these things. But men need the same thing, guys. Or women. They don't need the exact same thing. There is a different process in opening a man up. Men tend to need a little bit more sexual arousal to open their heart center, but they still need that open to get to that depth of sexing, which means you need to touch them. You need to hold them and stroke them and kiss them, and they still need foreplay. They still need foreplay, even if they do not realize they need that foreplay, even if they're ready, even if, like, I have had men who are ready to go and they're ready. But I'm like, no, hold on, like let's slow this down. And it is amazing. I actually remember one lover. I was actually we were seeing each other for about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And he looked at me after sex one day and goes, you continue to F my brains out after sex. Like, I feel like my brains have been fucked out. I really do. I feel like you fucked my brains out, and not in a crazy wild way. It's like you pull this different level of orgasm from me. Like, I have this depth of sexing that I've never had with anybody else. It's like you take your time and you tease, and by the time we're done, I've just had these mind-blowing experiences just because you're touching all over my body, and you're taking your time, and you're teasing, and you're playing, and you're seducing. And that is the fun and the play of sexing. And I think us women have been taught that men just want one thing. They just want to get off. And so that is how so many women are approaching their men in the bedroom. And so we're not taking our time to really touch, really connect. And I think we are seeing a change in our men. And I think we have this old paradigm or stereotype that men don't want that depth of sexing. But in truth, I work with men. I work with more men right now, and this my practice will change. I'll get more women, then I'll get more men. Right now I have more men in my practice. And these beautiful men, ladies, these beautiful divine men want to connect. They want to connect with you. They want to please you and touch you and stroke you, but they also want that back. They want to receive as well. That's not taking away the masculine, feminine dynamic here. That's not taking away a man's that turn on when a man really just like takes you. That's not saying that it's not our man's responsibility to sometimes lead, but men need to be worshipped and loved and held and kissed and touched just the same way. I can tell you, I've had so many men come to me and go, Addison, my woman goes down on me and she's disgusted, and then I feel disgusted, and I'm eating healthy and there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm like doing everything I can, and she just hates going down on me, and she like spits, and then she goes and washes her mouth out. And I sit there and I think, as a woman, if a man did that to me, I would feel like I wouldn't want to have sex again with that same man. I would be like, he doesn't accept me. He doesn't accept my body. He can't be with me in that way. I'm just like, that is giving a straight up, like, you're disgusting kind of vibe to your man when you're spitting or ugh. If you don't like something, just don't do it, but verbalize it. Verbalize that you don't, verbalize, talk about it, really get in there and communicate about it. But men, you also need to ask for what you want as well, which you guys tend to be better, not all the time, but better about asking for your wants, needs, and desires in the bedroom. But I just like to think, like, if a man never wanted to go down on me, if a man never wanted to touch me or kiss me or hold me or stroke me or really just like connect, or if he was like, okay, like, you just got yours, I'm gonna go and finish myself off, I would be like, okay, like, cool, have fun. Like, I wouldn't be offended because I think of all the work I've done, but I think I would be like taken aback. And so I hear all these women who are like, they just want to get their man off, and then they go and they take their vibrator and they go and have their own fun, and they go into this I'm going to take care of myself mode, which is so incredibly disconnecting in a relationship when you just had sex with somebody and then you're going and taking care of yourself instead of just communicating and asking for what you need and verbalizing and having this yes, vulnerable, but also growth oriented kind of I can't find words today. Exchange. This growth oriented exchange where you're both growing, you're both learning, you're both experiencing. I think we have gotten into this let's get off and let's move on. And if you're not diving deeper, if you're not having fun in your sexing, if you're not really in that playful mood, you might need, if you don't want to have sex with your partner, you first of all, you might want to look at the relationship. What needs to change in the relationship? What do you need to talk about? What do you need to look at? And then if you really do love that person, you really are turned on by that person, then what is going on within you that you need to dig deeper? That's when you go and find a coach. That is when you go and do your inner work and really dig deep into that sex, because sex should be fun. Sex should be a soul experience. It should be a connective experience. It should be something that we can dive into and can really enjoy and like we crave and it fills us and it heals us. But right now I'm hearing all of these men and sex isn't fulfilling for them. It's not something they enjoy. And sometimes that is for their own reasons, but sometimes it is because the women in their lives just want to get them off. They think that they are a light switch. And our men are not light switches. Our men have depth. Our men's sex has depth. I get men all the time that are like, yeah, but women can be multi-orgasmic, but men can't. Well, that's also not true. Men can be multi-orgasmic. Believe me, men can be multi-orgasmic. I've experienced many a beautiful, divine masculine in my life that has been multi-orgasmic, and it is a beautiful experience. Men can have that deeper level of orgasms. Men aren't just stuck to one type of orgasm. That is also a misconception. And if you want to learn more about, as a man, how to do that, how to get into that, then reach out to me at addisonbill.net. You can do a coaching consultation with me and we can talk about it. But there is more depth in the male sexuality too. And so when we stereotype our men into this box, we do ourselves as women damage, and then we do our men damage as well, because we think of them in this like really narrow, really almost very invalidating and shallow way. And I don't know about you ladies, but I don't want a shallow man. I want a man that wants to connect, wants depth, wants to really connect with me and really go deeper. And so if you want that in your man, then you need to get out of the thought process that your man is a light switch, because he's not. He has depth. He might not have explored his depth, just like, guess what? None of us, and I say none of us, have explored the depth of our sexing, because it is an ever-present, ever-expanding well of knowledge and growth and just yumminess. Like, let's be honest. Like, let's get even out of the spiritual, like, just yumminess is an ever-growing pool of yumminess and energy and connection. It's beautiful. But we have to go into it with that expectation. We have to go into it seeing the other person as this wealth of knowledge and pleasure and experience and somebody to play with and learn with, instead of, I'm just going to get him off. It's all, for him, it's all about just the get off and that 10-second climax, which as a woman, I just can't. I can't understand why anybody would want just like a 10-second climax. Like, that's not fun. That's not fun. Like, ooh, that's a lot of work just for 10 seconds. And so as a man, you can have more. And as a woman, you need to have the same respect that you desire in your sexing with your man. So if you expect your man to take time on you, if you want love, if you want connection, if you want depth, if you want to be seen in depth, then start seeing him in the same light. Start giving to him in the same light. So, and then this doesn't take you off the hook. Guess what? You have your own levels of needing to dive in, really spend your time on your woman, all of those things. But I get these women and they're like, you don't understand, Addison. And I can tell you, I do understand. I have trauma. I have abuse. I have all of these experiences in sex and negative experiences. So I get it. And that is you communicating and go, hey, I've had some bad experiences here. So I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm expanding, but I'm doing my work. So that is you communicating with your partner. That is then you going and doing the work that you need to do to open up your sex, to open up yourself. Because when our sex is closed down, guess what? All of us is closed down. And that's not fun. We do not want to be closed. We don't want to be closing off our energy. We don't want to be living as a third of a person. Because basically we're cutting off everything from the waist down. We don't want to be living as a third of a person. We want to be living as a full, whole person. And so that means connecting with our sexual energy. So, all right, soapbox over. Okay, well, I'm not going to announce a ton of stuff today. But if you want my one-on-one coaching, then please head over to addisonbell.net /consult, and you can check out my coaching. Just reach out to me and we can sit down and talk about how I can help you. Phone, video, in person, it all works. So I have a program for anybody that fits everybody's needs. So check that out. And other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.